I'm here with Aiden Gary from Specsavers Recruitment Services. He's a resourcing partner that specialises in locum recruitment. Aiden's here to talk about the new Locate a Locum app. Hello, by the way. Nice to meet you. My first question is, why do you need an app in the first place?
So I guess from a locum perspective, having all the sort of dates, information all in one place via the app, it gives you that sort of insight into which stores are looking, what dates are needed, and obviously kind of the rate and things like that. So it gives the opportunity to sort of for a fast response to sort of book the shifts. So obviously having it all in one place on the app, it means that when you get home from a busy day at work, you can sort of plan your next week by booking them. It gives you the ability to take control of your own bookings, so you can plan the week ahead. We have locums that plan as far as sort of 3, 4, 5 months in advance. So that as a locum, you've got your dates and your diary filled. It also allows us to sort of increase the engagement that we have with our locums. So, we are sort of encouraging them to, use the new platform that Specsavers launched, conversations that we have with them, including their compliance documents, those sort of things, and really gives us an opportunity to speak with them in a bit more detail than potentially we did previously.
And how long has Specsavers been using the app for? Has it been a couple of months? Or?
So the app was introduced in August of last year. So it's been a long time coming for a lot of stores and locums. But yeah, it was officially launched in August last year.
As a resourcing partner, have you found that your relationship with locums or how you do the process in which you work with them, has that changed in any way, or how has it changed?
Yeah, so I'd definitely say that it has changed in a way that we're not sort of having the sort of same conversations that we had before, where previously our conversations were very much about what days are you available for. I'll go back to the store and have a conversation with them, and I'll get back to you. And so of the 10 days that you've given us, the store are happy to only book 6 of them because they no longer need the other 4. But I think definitely it's allowed us to have more sort of insightful conversations with the locums about, their interests in, kind of sort of their employed roles. So obviously if you are a locum and you're kind of interested in further opportunities within Specsavers, you can sort of on the app, you can visibly see which stores are looking. So you might be really keen to go employed in a particular store, but you're a little bit reluctant to sort of make that commitment. You can sort of see that, this store are looking for a few locum days. Why not sort of, that sort of try before you buy, pop in and kind of do a few locum shifts with them first, get to know the location, the journey, what's the journey time, is the train route any good if that's kind of your method of transport. But yeah, definitely it gives them that sort of insight to sort of, let's say, have that opportunity to work in a store prior to sort of making that commitment.
Let's say I'm a locum. I've just started to work with Specsavers. I've never used the app before. What kind of 3 top tips would you give to that person to help them sort of navigate their way through?
So I would definitely encourage sort of any locum to sort of give us a call first, to have those conversations, because what we ask from a locum is potentially different to sort of other businesses or other places that may have worked before. So definitely having that sort of engaging conversation with us before, it might be very simple questions. How do I filter through the dates that I'm looking for? On Locate a Locum, you can add your shift availability. So if you are only available on a Monday and a Tuesday, you can make those changes on the app. So what that does is by having those conversations with us, we can give them that education piece before they just kind of download the app, sign up to Locate a Locum, book shifts with Specsavers, but not really know what they need to do. Also, I guess, always look ahead, plan your diary sort of 2-3 months in advance. I think that's really important. Obviously, from a locum perspective, sometimes it is, next day cover. You may not want to commit, 6 months, 12 months in advance, but definitely have an open mind to what the next 3 months would be look like. And I think that will also kind of allow stores to help them plan their sort of clinics and their rotas. So as a locum, you can sort of know that for the next 3 months, you kind of have your shifts booked in. And I think also kind of by having the conversation with us about their profile, we can kind of encourage you to that like to add their sort of additional sort of certificates, you know, clinical certificates, you know, sort of showcase the talent that they can offer as a locum. I think if your profile is very basic, you know, and it's just got your name, GOC number, and that's kind of that. Sometimes having the additional accreditation certificates, you know, OCT modules, that sort of thing, it allows, you know, from a store's perspective, when they're looking at a locum, I think that kind of, you know, puts you above sort of other people and obviously strengthens your sort of CV and profile, I guess.
Well, tell me if I'm wrong, but I assume you can download the app from all popular app stores. Is there any sort of other information that?
Yes, I would definitely say, you know, the best place to sort of register is through our careers page. So that's just the Specsavers careers site. There's a link on there that allows you to sort of register for the Locate a Locum app. So you would need to register your details. You would then need to download the app itself, so you've got it on your phone. But once you've registered through our career site, it will match your profile with Specsavers shifts. And then you'll be able to not only see the Specsavers shifts, but once you've uploaded all your compliance documents, so that itself includes your photographic ID, your enhanced DBS certificate, and also your indemnity insurance. Then what that allows you to do is your profile will be manually checked and approved by us, sort of in-house. And then from that perspective, you can then start booking your shifts. And as I mentioned earlier, sort of take control of your own diary. But yeah, definitely go through the Specsavers careers site first and then sort of download the app and get everything registered.
Looking ahead, obviously we've had Specsavers had the app now since August last year, so a good kind of 6, 7, 8 months. Where do you looking ahead to like a couple of years from now, with this app, what do you think it's going to be like, for locums working for Specs?
So from a Specsavers perspective, I think it'll be the sort of the place to go if you are a locum and you are sort of interested in working within Specsavers. I would definitely say that it would be the sort of the place to go to book your shifts. Every day we're engaging with new stores, new partners, and sort of giving them details on from their perspective of using the app. More dates are being advertised, and so I think it was only going to go one way, and that's going to be sort of getting stronger. Like I say, more information, kind of compliance documents are always getting updated. New information from a store perspective is going to be added onto the app. So clinic type, shift pattern, those sort of things is all going to be sort of being updated. And the more stores use it, the more locums use it, the better it will be for everybody else. So I just think that it's going to be, like I say, the number one number one platform for Specsavers locum shifts, definitely.
So what's been the response from people that have used the app, Aiden?
I think since sort of engaging with this locums since the launch, we've had some really good and positive feedback from locums. Comments including sort of easy to use, efficient, quick and easy. I think we did a little bit of engagement with locums recently in regards to kind of just a little bit of feedback that we were hoping just sort of since the launch, and why Specsavers effectively from a locum perspective. They've all sort of, let's say, the feedback that we were given was, like they sort of, when they work in store, they're very happy with kind of the relationship that they have with store colleagues. The equipment itself is at a very high standard and is very good and easy to use. And then again, going back to the Locum app itself, again, sort of easy, efficient, makes sort of planning ahead, booking your diary quite easy as well.
And is the app just for optometrists who want to work in store?
No, so from a sort of a locum perspective, you're not just as an optometrist. We recruit for locum optical assistants, dispensing opticians, contact lens opticians, lab techs. We also deal with audiologists as well. So from a HAD perspective, so across the board, whether you're retail or clinical, stores are always looking for locums. And then we also deal with sort of the domiciliary side as well. So home visits, which is, again, sort of something that is really going well, and is, again, really sort of engaging and allows sort of locums that may have not had that experience before from a domiciliary side. We deal with sort of shadow days is what we call them. So it's kind of a little bit similar to what I mentioned from the employed perspective, but sort of the try before you buy to an extent. But with the shadow days, it gives you that experience to sort of go out with an experienced optical assistant or optom, sort of, and just basically shadow them for the day. It's literally as simple as that. So if you are sort of interested in sort of the domiciliary side of the business, the home visits, definitely get in contact with us, and we would certainly look to see which kind of business is near to yourself that is currently running the shadow days, and hopefully give you that experience and that opportunity.
Aiden, thanks very much for your time today.
No, thank you, Raj. Really appreciate the opportunity. And to anybody listening to this, obviously, if you are starting your locum journey, or if you are an experienced locum and you want to get in contact and work with Specsavers, please get in contact with us at SRS, and we'll be happy to help.